ball tails away. And second. Off-speed pitch grounded down the line. Scooped up by Lujan. He throws. Makes the play. Fires over to first. And they're able to get him. And he's strike him out, throw him out. 2 downs.
10 seconds takedown left. Yeah.
What a move. Mariano on the inside for Terranova. This one's going to be tight. Wong going to try to touch it at the wire, and I believe she got it. There's Gibbs for 3. Beats the shot. Wong. Oh, Jeremy.
Hada in motion, and he's blocking for Jeffrey. Jeffrey gets past the line of scrimmage, and now he's got room to go. Now he's to the 30.
So hello and welcome to Mills High School in Millbrae, California. I am Andy Pitman. I'm lucky to be next to my broadcast partner, Mr. Harry Hui.
Hi Andy, it's great to be a pleasure on a Friday night. This is Mills versus Burlingame. It's a quad game and it's going to be brutal, and we are looking forward to an exciting match between Mills Vikings and Burlingame Panthers.
That's right, and both these teams have just started off the PAL South season with Burlingame going 1-0 and the Vikings at 0-1. Both teams played their first game on Wednesday. As we get underway here, a shot goes up and an outside shot from number 3 on Burlingame. We'll get some names to you in just a second. That was Rachel Topper.
Rachel Topper, that's correct.
Starting 5 for the Vikings today is Reza Sabado at the guard position, along with Stephanie Marr. Aubrey Bussinger, number 23, one of the captains, at a forward position. Kind of moving in and out. Julia Gibbs just picking up the rebound there with a little outlet pass to Lauren Scheck. That's the starting 5 for the Vikings. And we started off, it's 3-0 Burlingame.
And so what matchup we're looking for, Mills, it's basically an inside team, so we're looking for big numbers being put up by Julia as well as Aubrey.
And that was the big center from Burlingame, Claire Phillips, with the basket there. And Coach Matsu, Dave Matsu of the Vikings, decided that he's seen enough. After only 1 minute and 2 seconds here in the first quarter.
Let me give you the insight. The Mills team, the preseason have been a little rough. They've been playing really tough teams. The team itself is pretty young. There's only one senior starting as Stephanie Marr, and we've got juniors and sophomores, so they are trying to really learn to play with each other. Preseason record turned out to be 5-8 overall.
And on the floor for the Panthers right now, we'll run through that lineup in just a second as Mills has the ball.
Oh, I do have it. Senior number 54 is Claire Phillips. Burlingame also has Christina Monastery, number 20. That's a junior. Rachel Topper, number 3. That's a senior. Sean McGuire, number 13, senior. And Elaine Rowley, number 32, is a junior.
And the foul there going on number 13 of the Burlingame Panthers. That's Shannon McGuire, her first personal foul. And that ball will be taken out of bounds by
number 13, Risa Sabato.
Risa Sabato. All right, the big center from Burlingame, Claire Phillips, controlling, bringing across the halfway line.
Mills likes to play this 3-2 zone.
Nice drive and attempt there by Christina Monastery, but she was denied. Stephanie Marr with the ball, bringing it back to the Lady Vikings. Vikings going with a small lineup here tonight. They don't have a lot of size, but their 2 big players inside are Julia Gibbs and Aubrey Bussinger, and that was a shot from Stephanie Marr. Three-pointer there to put the score even at 5-5.
Stephanie is the team's three-point leader in her shooting the threes. So during this preseason, she's made about 47% of her threes. That's pretty good.
Shot there from Phillips, no good. Vikings will inbound the ball with 5:13 remaining here in the first quarter. Before I forget, I should mention we are very fortunate to have some current and former Lady Vikings here working as part of our coverage, keeping stats for us tonight. We'll get to them in a little bit here. With a shot going up, no good, controlled by Burlingame.
Just to add, Mills coming into the game is number 4, Zelly Shortnack, the sophomore.
And that first foul is going to bring on a substitution. We have Ariza Sabato checking back into the game for Lauren Scheck.
You see the Mills aggressive 3-2 rotating now. They're playing a man up, basically a man defense.
Monastery with a pass inside, gets tapped away. Burlingame recovers, but rejected there by Zelly Shornack. The ball controlled now by Riza Sabato. Vikings back on offense.
That was an excellent rotation by Mills the last time down.
Rejected there. Gibbs' shot was rejected. Outlet to Bussinger is no good. Picked up by number 32, Eleni Rally, from the Panthers. Three-point shot there from Christina Monastery. No good.
Well, Mills like to run. So he's going to take it all the way. Nice move.
Layup was no good, but first signs of some of the speed there on the Mills team. As I mentioned, they're not a team with a lot of height, but they do have speed. And I know that you had mentioned, Harry, that they do like to run the trap.
Oh, absolutely. Now, they want to run every single time they have down court because they know they can outrun the other team. And Julia, by the way, is one of the better outside shooters for a big girl.
Shot from Stephanie Marr, no good. Failed to hit rim on that one. Ball out of bounds to the Panthers. And we have a timeout now. And Dave Matsu is going to make another change, bringing in number 50, Alessina Elalio. Check that. That was a substitution. I think that might be forthcoming. She's waiting at the scorer's table to come in. So next break, we should see that substitution. There we go with Bussinger with the steal. She's on the break right now with the layup. Up and no good. Rebound by Amber Moss. And a steal there. Still no good. Claire Phillips with the rebound.
Very unfortunate. These are the practices that they've been making those. They want to run, steal.
Three-pointer there from Katie Carson, the sophomore guard. Nice shot. So that brings the score to 8-5 with 2:22 left here in the first quarter.
So here's a rotating. They run this cut post, the side. There goes a three-pointer.
Shot's no good from number 20, Christina Monastery. And Mills back on defense now, the Panthers. Got to be feeling pretty good about this start. And it looks like we have a hand check foul there on Gibbs. It's a tough call.
It's very unusual. During practice, when I saw Coach Dave, they were practicing on the zone. And I believe he felt that they could run on Burlingame, so by playing the man-to-man, they're trying to create steals and just transition and just, speed.
And now we have that substitution. Alessina Elalio in, and Stephanie Marr with the ball coming back up court. Shot there from number 5, Rachel Lau. No good. Picked up by Zelly Shornack. shot by Bussinger. Fails to hit iron. And here come the Panthers again.
It's very unlike Mills. I mean, they're hitting really bad shots. I mean, good looks, just plainly missed. Now it's on defense.
And another foul. So that's 5 fouls now. Excuse me, 4 fouls. Check that, 2 fouls for the Vikings. Burlingame started the season off here 1-0. Their last game coming against Hillsdale, I believe. Actually, check that Woodside. That was a 35-19 win for the Panthers. They had a little bit of a rough preseason at 3-7 overall. So 2-7 for the preseason, 1-0 here in the PAL. So still a very young PAL South season. Still a lot to develop in the league.
But then in terms of Mills, they're coming off a tough loss, 46-42 against Menlo Atherton. And some of the reasons, didn't have enough rebounds. Secondly, a lot of turnovers, as we apparently see in the last minute. Very jittish.
So coming to the line, we have Claire Phillips again, who's been very active here in this first quarter. First shot, no good. Coach here at Burlingame is Bill Lepeltak.
And then Mills coach is Dave Matsu.
Long-time coach of the Lady Vikings.
Yes, at least good 10 years. 2 years as a JV coach. Had the pleasure, my daughter played for Dave 4 years here at Mills, so it's a proud alumni. Going back to the preseason, yeah, Mills have a little rough preseason. They've been playing a lot of good teams, big teams, so overall record is 5-8. In the league, they're 0-1 and try to get a first win tonight.
And that shot there coming from Rachel Lau, three-pointer. Gets the Vikings to within 2, 8-10.
Excellent movement.
And here's that trap we're talking
trap.
about.
That's the trap they've been practicing.
And Gibbs digs it out. She's got it down to Rachel Lau. She puts the ball up and scores. We've got a tie game here.
Great recognize. She hesitated a little bit and saw that I'm going to take it all the way. She did and finished strong.
And here's the half-court trap, trying to keep Burlingame from getting a shot off here in the last seconds of this first quarter. Phillips with the ball driving in. She gets by Gibbs, puts up a layup, and it's in.
Oh, just too bad Julia Gibbs sort of gave up on the last few seconds. Overall, we have a first quarter's score of Burlingame High School 12, Mills 10.
Exciting first half, a little sloppy, several turnovers, but perhaps just a little beginning of the game jitters as both teams are trying to settle into their rhythms. And it looks to be a very competitive PAL South season today. This year. Mills, of course, had a great season last year, battling to the very end there.
So let's see how the Mills first quarter stats turn out. So total of 10 points. And Stephanie Marr, 1 basket. Rachel made 2 baskets, including a 3-pointer. And Julia Gibbs, 1 basket and 2 free throws for a total of 10.
And on the Burlingame side, they put up 9 shot attempts and have had trouble getting the ball in the basket, but still have managed to scratch out 12 points with a couple of 3-pointers. We'll see how the game develops from here if both teams can settle down a little bit. We talked a little bit before the game, Harry, that Mills has a young team. They don't have a deep rotation on their bench. They Coach Matsu prefers to play 5 to 7 players per game. It's not a lot of people getting in for extensive minutes. And they're young. It's a young team with only 1 senior out on the court.
That is correct. So, and I could see that towards the end of the first half, they're pretty confident with that trap. And then they feel that with the small ball, in order to run successfully, they need the trap to get the turnovers.
Speaking of seniors, that was Stephanie Marr with a shot attempt, no good. And now Burlingame underneath with Claire Phillips just picking up rebound after rebound. Julia Gibbs with the foul, trying to let her know that there is a presence inside for the Vikings, but Phillips so far has been a dominant force. She's gotten to the line several times now.
Definitely Claire Phillips is the player to watch on Burlingame. She is a senior, and she carried the team the last 3 years for Burlingame.
That's right. This is a Burlingame team that went 6-17 on the year last year, but did make it through the PAL tournament and went on to the CCS playoffs as well. Kind of a surprise, dark horse out there.
And only difference between this year and last, the Burlingame Panthers had 4 seniors, really great players that graduated.
Monastery with the shot, no good. Bussinger tried to get the steal, but out of bounds, going to the Panthers. Inbounding the ball now, number 3, Rachel Topper, as they bring it up with Phillips, again controlling the ball and taking it all the way. Blocking foul there on Rachel Lau.
Very unfortunate. I mean, Mills right now obviously playing really small, and the true rebounder on the Mills team is number 23, Aubrey. So if she's not in position rebound, then you have Julia. Besides that, everyone was told guards have to box out and try to really do their best. Now, it's a subbing in with the number 13, Risa, another small point guard. So now they're getting smaller.
Maybe trying to get some of that speed on the court to get past some of these bigger defenders from the Panthers. Phillips,
correct.
again, is the tallest player on the court at 5'11". Shot there from Gibbs, no good. Picked up by Topper. And here come the Panthers again.
You see the scrapping defense from the guards.
Pass inside to number 13, Shannon McGuire. No good with the shot. Picked up there by Gibbs.
And here they run and gun.
And Monastery bringing it up.
Here's the 3.
Stephanie Marr with the shot, no good. Rebound picked up by Bussinger, and she's been a rebounding machine this season.
And it's no wonder she's also won it last year, rebounding queen.
As a matter of fact, Bussinger averaging over 10 rebounds a game. Matter of fact, her numbers for rebounds are at 11.8, I believe.
I'll check that.
She's one of the top rebounders in the PAL South. Still only a sophomore. She's one of the Vikings' leading scorers, as well as the top rebounder. It's had a ton of double-doubles so far here in preseason, and has become one of the go-to players for the Vikings. Gibbs with the rebound, putting the ball back up. Shot no good. Marr with the rebound attempt and couldn't hang on to it, so ball out of bounds to the Panthers. Topper with the inbound.
Yeah, in fact, last Wednesday night in the loss to Benner Atherton, Aubrey had 11 rebounds to lead the team.
As we mentioned, this is the beginning of the PAL season, so coming up for the Vikings. After this, we have Mercy High School. That's going to be a home game for the Vikings.
And then following that would be they're heading on to Hillsdale.
Actually, Woodside.
Oh, Woodside first.
Woodside on the
first,
14th. These two teams won't see each other again until the 30th of January. I'm sure a lot of things will have changed at that point as the season unfolds a little bit. But that game will be played at Burlingame High School. The shot's no good, picked up there by Phillips. And Topper again bringing the ball down the court.
I like this trap. I really like this trap here, except, of course,
a wild shot there from Phillips. And we had players spilling onto the floor. We may have an injury here. Well, looks like both of them are okay. Bussinger heading back. She was the one who took the foul there. Perhaps thinking that that was an offensive foul. She started heading the other way on the court. But
that's very interesting. We had 2 refs calling it a block. The near side court to us is going to call it a charge. So I like this trapping defense. Obviously, we saw the drawback of the big player passes say Julia, our center, then we got a problem down low. There's no one really could defend.
Yeah, the size of the Panthers is really taking a toll on the Vikings right now, and now we have another tall player in for Burlingame, number 32, Eleni Rowley. So size going in there. She's got an inch or two on Bussinger.
And Mills is patient, rotating, look for the 3. There's the other corner.
Zelly Shornak with the ball originally, now cycling it around. Gibbs taking a hand in the face, getting the ball to
number 20, Lauren Scheck.
Lauren Scheck.
Who just checked in a while ago.
That's right. And a steal there from Gibbs. She's got a clear path to the basket. Turning around with the jumper, and no good. The Vikings are having a hard time getting some of those close shots to fall.
That's quite a lot of misses.
And the Panthers are taking advantage. As Phillips comes in, fills the lane, there's just nobody there to send her away. She's kind of doing what she wants at the moment.
Although I think Aubrey was there, I'm pretty sure she decided not to pick up a foul because it's more valuable for her to stay in the game.
The Vikings right now having some foul issues with 7 fouls so far in these first 2 periods. So the Panthers in the bonus.
Now it's important to get reset.
And off iron there from Rachel Topper. And the rebound is picked up by Zelly Zornak. And a drive now. And picking up the foul, number 13, Riza Sabato. And this may be the way that the Vikings can stay in the game, using some of their speed. So Sabato will shoot 2.
And I can see that the starters are getting a little tired. I see subs coming in for the first time. Yes, for the first time, number 50.
Alcina Elalio.
And also number 21, Kristen Lee. Now, their bench isn't very deep, so I'm pretty sure they're going to need a lot of production on this trap, and that's where the fresh legs come in.
Perhaps a move there by Coach Matsu to match up
There it is.
Elalio with Phillips. See if Elalio can slow her down a little bit there inside. And a shot there from number 1, Katie Carson.
Burlingame's moving the ball very well. I mean, they know they can see the bigs are having a problem defending them, so they're easily just going indoors now.
Elalio inside with the shot, her first shot of the game. Gets the Vikings within 2.
That's her favorite move. I mean, last year, that was her bread and butter move. Obviously, she has to get the ball down there efficiency-wise.
And she's got an opportunity to use some of her strength inside. Kind of shore things up here against Phillips. Keeping her outside.
Now here's an interesting matchup.
And the steal there from Elalio. She starts the break, but she's all alone.
She thought twice about driving it through.
Yeah.
She said, let me give it back to the guard.
Exactly. So Dave Matsu wants to take a timeout to talk about it. Perhaps trying to look at maybe a different perspective on this game a little bit.
Well, he is subbing in 2 guards. Again, Risa and Rachel is going to be back in. So we might see the trap, a lot more trapping. I think that's the only chance to really get some steals and run. And even though Burlingame is moving the ball quite well, I mean, they have big girls, so maybe catching a little tiredness from the Burlingame squad.
As we see the Mills High School Viking band, you can hear them in the background. We had to move our camera operator. They were a little too close, just a little loud over there in the band section. And we'd like to recognize our camera operators today, as a matter of fact. Up top, we have longtime MCTV staffer Jeff McGinnis, and also Gabriel Salazar next to him getting shots at the top of the bleachers. And Dana Dela Cruz, one of the Mills High School art and video stars, is our 3rd camera operator today. So getting some of the students here involved.
Coming off the bench, Kristen Lee.
And we pick up here in the second period, 2 minutes, 30, just about 30 seconds left. And the game has slowed down a little bit. A little less frantic now.
It looks like Burlingame also have a bench players coming in. But, oh,
using the size inside there, they had number 32, Eleni Raleigh. It's a tough guard for Kristen Lee.
Unfortunately, mismatch. That was not a very good matchup at all.
Yeah. And Bussinger, who's been kind of quiet this game, you know, she's averaging 13 points a game for the Vikings.
Yes, very quiet. And, you know, in terms of rebounding, she's only have 3 so far this game. So either Burlingame's blanketing her quite well. Who else is rebounding for Mills? Julia is on top with 6 rebounds.
Which is interesting because we had talked also, Harry, about the fact that Julia Gibbs does have size, but isn't really established herself as a rebounder this season, much more of a shooter.
Nope, that is absolutely correct. On some of the games where if Julia misses and Albie mops up and picks up the rebound, that has been a good combination, but Julia does have a really good shot. Outside plus the 3s.
And that was Katie Carson again. And Burlingame's opened up the gap, scoring another 4 points to make it 23-17.
So here's Mills a little stagnant. 1 pass, 2 pass, it's a shot.
Not getting the looks that they're hoping for, and missing some inside shots.
Excellent break.
Bussinger with the drive. She's one-on-one with Topper and pulls up. She loses handles on the ball, pulls up, and the foul on the pass there on Topper. And that's the kind of foul that probably drives a coach crazy here with 58 seconds left in the half.
And the time clock was winding down, almost a 5-second violation. So it was more like a bailout foul. Oh, the starters, 2 of them are back. Julia Gibbs, 34, is back, and Lauren Shedd, number 20, is in the game, inbounding the pass.
Gibbs controlling, going back inside. That was Lauren Scheck.
Lauren Scheck with a nice move.
She's a freshman. She's averaging 4.2 points a game this season so far. Played in all 13 of the Vikings games.
There goes the hustle. She brings you the hustle at the steals.
And Bussinger, we're going to have a jump ball with Bussinger and Amber Moss tangling up. Actually, check that. Oh, yeah, possession going to the Panthers. So Chopper with the inbound. Phillips loses the ball, almost turnover there with. She picks it up, rebound, puts the shot in.
That's again, that's your Brett Witter. I mean, obviously Claire's tough to guard, and she's a post, and she can knock those down.
So Phillips with 12 of the Panthers' 25. And Carson with the drive at the end of the second quarter. The score is 25-19.
Oh, that is very unusual. It looks like Burlingame High picked up momentum. They actually scored the last 8 points. And remember, the score is 19-17, so they finish off the second quarter with 8 unanswered points. So there we go, halftime, 25-19.
And we have had a great time here in the first half. We're going to take a quick break to thank some of the folks that made this production possible. So we'll be right back after this message.
Millbrae Community Television would like to thank the following: the City of Millbrae, Millbrae, a city in the sun, the Millbrae Chamber of Commerce, the Magnolia of Millbrae, Alma Massolo. Thanks again from Millbrae Community Television.
And we're back, in the second half, 25-19 Burlingame. It's been a little bit of a hectic first half. We'll see how it turns around with a quick shot from Bussinger. No good. Picked up the rebound, cycling back around. And Bussinger with another shot, no good.
Well, you can see clearly what the strategy is. They're coming right back with the horses, you know, Aubrey having the 2 good looks, and they need her scoring presence.
And Bussinger with 2 quick shots. Shots called off there, a traveling violation against Katie Carson.
Let's watch this next sequence. I'm pretty sure they're going to rotate the ball. They're going to look to their post. Last year they did very well looking into the paint. And there goes the running. There goes Julia with the turnaround jumper. Short.
Rebound picked up by Phillips. And
there goes the trap.
She's got 7 rebounds, Phillips does. And turnover cause there, Sabato, with the steal.
They're looking patiently. They're going to look for the cutter. There goes Aubrey trying to cut in the back. Julia wants the ball.
Pass out in front there from Stephanie Marr. Inside to Gibbs. And Marr with a shot, no good. So shots hard to come by here for the Vikings.
But she is a shooter, so we're going to see her shoot back again. There goes those hustle steals.
And Kristen Lee, check that. That was Sabato there.
Very nice defense. It causes the Panthers to have to burn a timeout so early in the second half.
As we mentioned, those players to watch, Bussinger and Gibbs, both of them playing very valuable roles for the Vikings. And we see here Dave Matsu, an animated discussion with his players over on the other side for Burlingame. Much more calm from Bill Lepetak. Matsu trying to get him fired up here. Mills just looks like they're a little bit uncomfortable tonight. Yeah, exactly. Correct. A little uncomfortable. Their game is not working, and they're having trouble getting their two bigs going with Bussinger and Gibbs. And the Panthers are capitalizing inside with Claire Phillips dominating in the paint.
Very nice rebound, going all the way. No call.
Shot from Marr, and they're going to give the ball back to the Vikings. Inbound to Gibbs. She's wide open for the shot and can't get it to fall. It's just been one of those nights for Gibbs.
That is amazingly bad luck on this shot selection, but good looks.
And now taking some chances. Gibbs there with a steal attempt, no good. Leaving underneath number 32, Raleigh. Couldn't get the shot to go, and it's a scrum. Raleigh all alone underneath the basket with the dribble knocked away by Gibbs.
Very good pressure D.
Phillips picks it up. The ball's just flying all over the place at the moment. Shots for either team, or neither team is putting up good shots at the moment. And Matsu is going to make a change here.
Number 4, Zeli Zortnak. Now, here's what I see though. There's between the both teams, the last 2 minutes, Mills definitely had the offense going. Unfortunately, their shots are not going in. I know they're not going to give up. There goes Julia. Turnaround jumper, still no good. Excellent rebound, saved it.
Stephanie Marr, and the rotation comes back to Gibbs, who dribbles around Carson, but just can't get the shot to go. And Gibbs now is shooting 1 for 5. Turnover there from Topper.
Actually, a correction, Julia is having a really off night. 12 attempts, made only 1 basket.
And a correction there. So 1 for 12, and you can feel the frustration out there on the court.
Luckily, though, the score is still pretty close. And the last few times down on defense, Mills got the Panthers rattled, so I'm pretty sure if they continue with this pace,
Inbound from Jornak to Stephanie Marr. And Lauren Scheck back in the game, the freshman. Shot from Gibbs, no good. Rebound back to Gibbs, just can't get a bucket to fall.
That is unusual. Now, Burlingame is playing a 2-3 simple zone. Part of the reason could be they're tired. They're not pressuring as much. And just Mills just could not get the ball to drop. Here comes Mills' pressure. This is what made him good now.
And Topper has got the most speed out there for the Panthers. She's been the one bringing the ball up the court, and now Phillips controls it, going back out to Topper for the three-point attempt. That one's no good. Rebound is picked up by Jornak with an over-the-back foul. And let's see who they give this one to. 32, Eleni Rowley.
Interestingly, the first 3 minutes into the second half, neither team has made a bucket.
Mills shooting just 4 for 19 on the night. 21% is not going to get it done against this team. Bussinger picks up her own rebound, her own miss, puts it back.
Finally, she picked up her own miss, did not give up.
So despite the shooting troubles, the Vikings are only down by 4. It's 25-21 with 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. And they'll have the ball after a traveling call right there.
Coming into the game now, that's a freshman, number 41, Amber Moss for Burlingame.
Jornak looking for Bussinger. Gibbs passes up the shot to go to Stephanie Marr. Nice pump fake, goes up. Layup is good.
Nice continuation play.
So Stephanie Marr, the senior captain, that's the kind of play that Mills is going to need to get back on track here. They're still only down 2 points.
Along the trap, but that's a little too much hand checking.
And the tough night for Gibbs continues with that reach-in foul. And looks like Coach Matsu is going to make the change, giving Gibbs a chance to sit for a little bit.
As she continues an off night.
Bring in Alessina Elalio again, who had a nice stint in the first half. And now the Vikings,
goes a steal.
The Vikings with a chance to tie it up here. Bussinger with a shot, no good. A lot of contact, and she's down.
Oh,
she is down.
I think she may have landed on somebody.
And the gym here gets quiet. Bussinger is trying to walk it off, but clearly in a lot of pain.
There's a foul call on Mills.
And adding insult to injury, as it were. And she's going to come off.
Definitely looks like an injury to the ankle. She's walking it off in pain.
That's a tough one. So Bussinger will sit. She's going to go for treatment, actually. And now the Vikings have to fill that hole. And someone's going to have to step up with rebounds and scoring. And Stephanie Marr may be that player to do so. She just picks up another rebound. Almost lost the ball there. Gibbs passes up the shot. Jornak with a wide open look. Didn't take it.
She also passed.
And now Kristen Lee. Lauren Scheck with the ball out to Stephanie Marr. And the shot. And bank shot there from Jornak.
And for the first time, the game is tied.
Jornak, a sophomore, and Scheck in there, a freshman. So still Stephanie Marr, who's played pretty much the whole game, if not the whole game.
With Julia back on and Cena.
Julia with the rebound.
Now Mills is going to push it up. That's what they like to do, looking for the bigs.
Jornak with a little scoop shot. Nice move to the hoop there. And she'll go to the line.
Talking about going to the line, looks like Mills haven't been there since the first quarter. So we kind of knew Mills had that issue about who wants to drive in. finally, Zelli may be the key.
Jornak no good on the first attempt. And that's her first free throw of the night. Vikings have, this is actually, it looks like maybe their first trip to the line this evening. And the second attempt is no good either, but Mills with the rebound. Elalio sending it back outside, now rotating the ball around. Sabato with a shot, and that's good.
Excellent three-point shooter as well.
And despite all of the shooting problems and the loss of Bussinger, the Vikings are up 28-25 with 1:40 left here in the third quarter. You can definitely feel a shift in momentum.
Oh, definitely. Mills has now scored 9 unanswered points, and they did it with hustle, trapping defense, and a couple of good drives. Going back on the free throw, Mills, a total of 6 attempt free throws and made 3. So they need to continue driving. Burlingame girls looks like they're getting a little tired, and nobody wants to really handle the ball. And as a result, Mills came back with 9 unanswered points.
I'd like to take a second here to thank one of our underwriters. The city of Millbrae has been providing support to Millbrae Community Television for the past 18 years. Without their support, programs like this wouldn't be possible. If you talk to anybody who works at the city of Millbrae, city council members, staff members, let them know you saw this game on MCTV and you want to see more. We thank them for their support. And there you go. The city of Millbrae. And here we are in Millbrae. What a great night for basketball. I'm here with my co-commentator, Mr. Harry Hui, who actually, many people might not know this, but is actually a coach himself here at Mills High School.
Yes,
JV girls.
JV girls, and this year I picked up a freshman girls team. I've been here, this is my 8th year coaching. I love it. It's just the culture. Yeah, and we may not win every game, but it's just getting the players to try to play together as a team. We are small, and that's always been our problem in the past.
And a lot of these players that you see coming out here, well, some of them have played for Coach Hui.
Yes, I have the luxury of coaching Stephanie Marr, number 1, number 13, Risa, Zelli, number 4 on the court, and Sina Elalio, number 50. And I love to see my girls move up.
And they're doing okay here tonight, despite an off-night shooting, still holding the lead 28-27 as time winds down in the third quarter.
Now, Mills is trying to work it in. There's the drive we've been missing, and there. Oh.
Jornak with the attempt. She's fouled on the rebound.
But definitely with her presence, driving, Mills needed.
She started off a little unsure with the ball and has seemed to gain confidence as the game has gone on. And Jornak still one of the young players here on this Mills team, just a sophomore.
Well, Mills is feeling a little confident now. They're shooting, the ball's at least going in.
That's right, with Elalio breaking up the play. Landing a little hard on that ankle. Walking a little gingerly now, but back to her assignment guarding Claire Phillips, the 5'11" center from the Burlingame Panthers. And Katie Carson cycling it around. To Shannon McGuire, who puts the shot up, no good. Gibbs with the rebound. And Stephanie Marr slowing the pace down a little bit. Coach Matsu very animated on the sidelines here. 6 seconds left. Jornak maybe not knowing, and that's a bad pass. So missed opportunity to build on the lead there.
I love it. It's unfortunate now. Julia, although she's having enough shooting night, that she's leading in the rebounding. Players to try to play together as a team. Total of 9 rebounds.
So that'll do it for the third quarter with the score at 30-27, Vikings ahead.
Well, that was a very excellent different style of quarter. Earlier, you know, Mills looked kind of timid. They're not driving. They're missing a lot of shots. Then came the second half with the trap. That brought them back. They got a 9-0 run to finish off strong. And the shots are going in. Defense is sharpened. The drives, they haven't really shot a lot of free throws, but Burlingame, at this point, it just only scored 2 points in the third quarter. That's probably one of the lowest scoring quarters ever that I can recall. And part of it because they're confused with the trap, or maybe they just flat out gotten a little tired.
Started off fast, took advantage of poor shooting from the Vikings, but since then, since the second half has started, this game has been all Vikings, and them putting up.
In terms of the shooting percentages, Mills only shooting 22%. So, you know, having this lead, the defense and strong rebounding, definitely. And now they're playing small ball with the 2 guards, Lauren, Stephanie.
Having to do it without one of their stars, Aubrey Bussinger, who was injured in that last quarter. Looked like she turned an ankle and has not returned since. So shot no good there. Rebound picked up by number 32, Elaney Raleigh, but shot was no good. Ball goes out of bounds to the Vikings. Neither team in foul trouble so far this half. In Burlingame with 3.
Now with Aubrey on the bench, I can see they're going to go to Julia a lot more, or how about Zelli driving almost every time.
She's got an unusual approach to the basket, taking an underhand layup, which maybe is throwing the defenders off a little bit. It's definitely unconventional, but she's managed to get to the line twice now.
She's got the long reaching arms, and it's very easy for her to take one bounce fake and drive to the hoop.
So Jornak having some trouble with her free throws. Okay.
And Mills is not having a good night on the free throw line as well. That would be...
Looks like a lane violation. And that's going to be... Free throw is nullified there for the Vikings. So Jornak's going to come out. She's done a good job getting to the hoop, but it looks like she's possibly going in for treatment, or actually I checked that, maybe a glass of water.
She went to get some water, just some breathing room.
Yeah, exactly. She's had a very active second half. Rebound picked up there by Gibbs, and she's now in double figures.
That is correct, on the rebounding. Now Mills have to be patient.
And off iron there, a shot from Gibbs.
This is really one of the nights that Julia is having. That's
a sign of the great players, though, is the ones that can have an off night and find other ways to contribute. And she's doing that on the boards, which
absolutely.
Which again has not been her strong suit this season. With Bussinger picking up a lot of the rebounds for the team, and Phillips there with her first bucket of the second half.
Well, that would be her signature spin move, post play, just drops that, spin to her right, and she banked it in. What Mills is countering with 3 guards that can shoot the 3.
And bad pass there, and lost by Katie Carson of the Panthers, picked up by Stephanie Marr. But a little bit of calamity on the court at the moment. With the ball, neither team really maintaining possession very long, and turnovers left and right.
Yeah, it appears the last minute they lost Zelli, who they were trying to look for, and they just couldn't pass it to the right person. I know Julia's the person to look for the ball. She's going to want it. She's going to continue to run it. Oh, Zelli's Zornat is back in the game, number 4.
Coach Matsu liking what he's seeing from Jornak. And Stephanie Marr also having a tough shooting night for the Vikings. But active in the backcourt with lots of pressure and no defense there. No defense there on Elaney Raleigh, but she can't get the shot to fall either. So some of the problems that plagued the Vikings in the first half seem to be plaguing the Panthers now with some close shots
that
just are not falling.
And you talk about shooting percentages. Mills is really not having a good night. I mean, overall as a team, 21%. Not a lot of free throws, 8 attempts, but that's 38% for Mills. On over on the Burlingame side, their team shooting percentage is not that great either, 23%. On the free throw line, they're 50%, but they have 10 of 5. 5 out of 10 on the free throw line.
Shooting only 9 for 39 on free throws. On field goals. So 23% is not going to get the, probably not going to get a win. Although the Vikings are right there with them, as you mentioned.
This might turn into shooting some free throws and see who's going to make them. Free throws may win the game.
That's right, with Burlingame currently in the bonus. Excuse me. They're not in the bonus. They have possession, however. One more for the bonus. Marr can't hold on to the ball. And we're seeing a couple new players from the Panthers. Julia Robinson, senior guard. And that's a jump ball. Possession will go to the Panthers.
Burlingame almost having trouble inbounding, and great move by number 20, Christina, with the layup basket. Yeah.
Now the Panthers have taken the lead 31 to 30. So the Vikings seem to have gone stagnant here as far as offense.
They're still looking for the three-point shooters.
And Stephanie Marr with an attempt, no good.
The shooting woes continue for the Mills Vikings. Well, let's see what Burlingame does. They're running the screen. Great defense from Mills.
Great hustle there from Gibbs. She gets the ball.
Great hustle from Gibbs. Off. Claire, number 54, is off her leg.
So again, with some of the shooting problems Gibbs is having, she's still managing to make contributions to the team with lots of rebounds and some aggressive defense. The Vikings have been very aggressive on defense, forcing turnovers.
Now here's the trap. Man to man, no, they decide to play back.
And Phillips with the drive, dishes off, but the foul occurred before the pass and the shot. That ball will go out of bounds. We'd like to take a second here to thank our statisticians. We have some current and former Mills Vikings here working with us, and a steal there. Looks like maybe that's Sabato.
Oh, out of bounds.
With good hustle.
Good hustle, but out of bounds.
But that ball is going to go back to the Vikings. So as I was saying, we'd like to thank our statisticians for the evening here. We have Tiffany Chang, an alumni and former basketball player here at Mills High School. Megan Wong, Mariko Wayne, and Jasmine Dong from the JV girls team.
Yeah, they're
Coach Hui's players out there.
And they're really good to coach, and you ask them for help, and they're learning as well. This way they can see from the varsity girls what they're going to be up against in a couple of years.
And the shot is up from Lau, but no good.
Great rebound.
Driving inside, nice, and Jornak taking it to the hoop and not getting the call. And Lau with the pass, but again, back and forth. Phillips picking up.
Great hustle, though. Both teams, excellent hustle.
And now the Panthers have an opportunity to open up on their three-point lead. The shot going up for three there, number 20, Christina Monasteri. No good.
And that's Julia's 11 rebounds. They're looking for Zelli. Driving.
And yet again, taking it to the hoop, she doesn't seem to have a lot of fear underneath the basket.
That's right. Last year when she was with me on the JV squad, and a lot of times she would say, "Coach, give me the ball, give me the high post, let me do everything and spread out the court." And she continues to amaze me up in this varsity level.
This is clearly there's confidence there. She's got the ball. Now trying to capitalize with some free throws. And her first free throw make of the evening puts the Vikings within 2. And she'll try to make it 1 here. 2:57 remaining in the 4th period.
Stephanie Marr, number 1 for Mills, returns.
Second attempt is no good. And here come the Panthers. Phillips, blocking foul called on number 4, Zornak.
Looks like Burlingame's game plan is similar. Now they realize, let's give the ball to our MVP. Just let her senior post clear Phillip and just let her drive to the hoop. And if they get fouled, she gets to shoot free throws.
And making that second attempt is Phillips.
Now Burlingame has the lead. Now this is going to be crucial. This is how you come back from the game.
Phillips has put up 18 for the Panthers, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession going to the Vikings. And it's going to be crucial for them to score this time down the court.
It's absolutely correct. They're down only 4. And now there's a drive from Stephanie Marr, and she missed the drive.
Pressure continues. Phillips down low inside with a shot off the glass, and she just hit 20. 20 out of 37, so tonight's story has been a story of Claire Phillips inside for the Panthers. She has been dominant.
Mills counters. They're driving. They're looking for the three-pointers.
Oh, and a double dribble. Picked up the dribble there. That was Lau. And you can see it on her face.
I think she was ready, set to shoot at the last minute. Great defense, and she just had to eat it without even getting a shot back.
So coming into the game for the Vikings, we have Lauren Scheck and also Kristen Lee. And that's a shot for Raleigh that goes in and out. So the Vikings now with 1:45 left, down by 6, need to put up some quick baskets. And Zornak, fearless, going to the hoop, not getting the call.
Unfortunately, not getting the call, but that shot was sort of rushed. So they got to really settle down. The last 4 shots have been rushed, but not very good looks. So now they got to put up a great defensive stand. Down 6, not much time left.
And can't get the bounce to go there for Kid Carson, but Julia Gibbs picking up the rebound. And the Vikings need to move quickly if they want to have a chance.
This is the possession to have.
And that's Kristen Lee with the shot, wild shot.
Again, 4 wild shots in a row.
Nice move, but the shot wasn't there. And especially with a shooter like Zornak, who's driving inside, every now and then you have to wonder, why not pull up on that shot? You know that they're expecting you to go up and take it to the hoop. Get the defender in the air.
One good reason would be that Coach Dave noticed that, hey, Burlingame's got 16 fouls. They need to drive. They need to get fouled so they can at least slow the game down, get a breather without having to call a timeout, and relax and get a free throw, and maybe try to 1 point at a time.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors, the Millbrae Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce is a organization in Millbrae geared towards promoting business and prosperity. There we go. As we look at the huddle from the Vikings. Chamber of Commerce has been a long-time supporter of MCTV and community television. Matter of fact, we work closely with them for the Art and Wine Festival in August. And it's been a pleasure working with Lorianne and Dana over there. And we thank them for their support. You can see what a great crowd we have out here tonight. And these Vikings fans are trying to will the Lady Vikings on to victory.
Now the Vikings got to put on a really strong defense set. They can't afford to give up any more points. Less than a minute to go. You can see the trap is coming. There, that's the one they need.
Now they need to convert on this possession with only 45 seconds left and a deficit of 6 points. Oh, and a heartbreak shot from Stephanie Marr. That's kind of how it's been going all night.
100% sure, and they spun back out. That's a tough shooting night. With that, Mills currently is shooting at 18%, and it's hard to win games. Their defense is keeping them in the game. Rebound isn't too bad. Julia leading with 13. I think the name of the game now is they need to take some chances, steal, and have to shoot the threes.
So the Vikings with 6 fouls. Any more fouls will.
Let's see what we have. The fouls. Burlingame has 5. So they can afford to foul another one. No. Burlingame cannot foul anymore. Mills could afford to foul, so they just burned their one more foul. So now both teams cannot foul anymore. So both teams are going to be in the bonus.
So 32 seconds left, and you have to wonder if Coach Matsu might be looking to slow the game down, slow those 32 seconds down, putting some fouls in. We'll see. Full court press now, and the Panthers are able to get out of it, and this may do it.
That's going to do it.
She's all alone. Number 23 and the Panthers.
Nobody's there to foul them. There it is.
Robinson, and Gibbs finally goes over for the foul with 19 seconds left and a 6-point deficit. Claire Phillips going to the line.
What I can see is that Mills will continue to slow the game down, but with 6 points, it's pretty difficult given the shooting night that Mills is having tonight.
So Phillips at the line, looking to put this game away with a 6-point deficit already in place for the Vikings. Make it 7, and that should just about do it. A tough loss here, if that's how it turns out for the Vikings. They're going to go to 0-2, start off this PAL South season, while the Panthers will improve to 2-0. And looking for the quick shot. Need a 3 at this point, but not going to go. Scrum for the ball, and
good hustle, but geez, you're right. They really need a 3. A 2-point won't work. So now they're basically kind of don't even need to foul. The game is now over.
So after a rough third quarter, the Panthers come back in the fourth quarter and turn things around.
Oh, absolutely. I could say Mills meltdown in the fourth quarter, and that's a lot to do with the shots not falling, as well as a lot of the drives were not very good shots.
So, of course, we want to thank all of our crew here at MCTV Sports, and we are lucky in that this is a quad, so we'll be coming back in a little bit for the boys game coming up. It should be a great matchup. 2 tough teams in the PAL South. So we have the Burlingame Panthers 38, Mills Vikings 31. For Harry Hui, this is Andy Pitman saying thank you very much for tuning in.
That's right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.